Good afternoon and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 148, part 7. Using the Sefer Chinuch, Mitzvah that keeps your soul on its way. And yes, I'm sporting my RCR shirt. Rabbis can run. Did that half marathon. So important for us rabbis and everybody to stay healthy and fit. It's a mitzvah from the Torah. So we can have healthy bodies, so we can serve Hashem with our souls. Okay, that was the plug. Now we're back to our mitzvah, and we're hopefully in the home stretch. Once again, 148, part 7, the prohibition to consume blood of domestic animals, wild animals, or fowl. Here we go. Now, how long is this time span during which we can assume that the meat is still expelling its fluids? Talking about how to salt the animal. The rabbis, may Hashem, blessed be He, watch over them, have stated that this time span is up to 12 hours. If the meat remains in its salt longer than that amount of time, it is forbidden to eat the meat until one peels a thin layer off of the entire surface of the meat. However, peeling a thin layer of the surface is sufficient to permit the meat. We do not assume that the blood penetrated further because we consider something salted as the halachic equivalent of something that is hot through roasting, i.e. roasted meat, with regard to absorbing from a food that it touches. And in the case of a prohibited food that touches hot roasted meat, we maintain that peeling a layer of the meat is sufficient, as long as there is no prohibited matter that permeates, i.e. the prohibited food is not fatty, and hence does not permeate throughout the meat. The same is true of salted meats. If the prohibited substance that they touch is not fatty, they too absorb only a minimal amount. Blood is not fatty, and therefore does not permeate. Hence, when it touches the salted meat, after the meat has finished expelling its juices, it will penetrate only into a thin peel's thickness and no further. The Chinuch offers an alternative solution. If one does not wish to peel off a layer of the meat that reabsorbed its blood, there is another solution. He is permitted to eat the meat in its entirety after roasting it. For although we say that salt does not have the power to remove blood that was absorbed from somewhere else, and hence salting meat that reabsorbed blood would not be effective, the power of fire to extract blood is greater than that of salt. Therefore, meat that remained in its salt more than the appropriate amount of time, i.e. 12 hours, may be eaten by way of roasting without peeling off the outer layer. By peeling the outer layer, though, the meat becomes permitted even to be cooked in a pot, as we have stated above. These laws, as well as the many additional laws of salting, such as the law with regard to fish and fowl that one salted with one another, and a kosher fish that was salted with a non-kosher fish, as well as what the laws are for earthenware or wooden utensils in which one salted meat, and what the law is with regard to salt that was used for salting meat, as well as many additional details of salting, are set forth in Tractate Chulin in the 8th chapter Kol Habasar. Furthermore, the laws of blood are also set forth in the 5th chapter of Tractate Krisos, including the distinctions between lifeblood and dam ha'ivarim, which were discussed above. This mitzvah applies in every location and in all times to men and women. One who transgresses this prohibition and intentionally eats a kazayis, an olive's volume of lifeblood, is liable to karas, spiritually cut off. Again, or God forbid, losing their life at an early age. While if he eats it unintentionally, he brings a fixed sin offering. If one eats a kazayis of dam ha'ivarim intentionally, he incurs malchus, lashes. While if he eats it unintentionally, he's exempt of any punishment. Okay, mazel tov on finishing another mitzvah. To sponsor future mitzvah 36 100 for the gold. Have a great day.